It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It is IndyCar night on iRacing. Hello again, everyone. Happy Tuesday, and I am Gary Gotso. Welcome to P1's Broadcasting signature presentation coverage of Round 5, Week 5 of Season 1 of 2026 of the IndyCar Oval Series. Tuesday night top split coming to you from from Corn Country, actually, and the world's fastest short oval, Iowa Speedway, for our first short oval race of the season. As always, joining me in the booth is Justin Petschauer and Luis Gonzalez Nunez. And Luis, I'm going to start with you. Looking at the points coming into today, as you see the conditions of the track right now, as we are currently underway in qualifying, 78 degrees on the ambient, 115 on the track temp. But if you look at the points coming into today's race, an interesting trend starts appearing up at the top, and some drivers that we're going to have to watch on the track here in a little bit. It's Hollenbaugh, who is our points leader, but right behind Hollenbaugh are two drivers that have been nipping and tucking at each other, whether it's been in the Votive Indy Oval Series, in the official series here, and two drivers that have a really good record of wins here. Going back to Anna Klimek in the Votive Series, of course, Clindy has a lot of wins here in officials as well, but a lot of familiarity with the drivers in second and third in the points, but Matt Hollenbaugh still leads.
Yeah, actually, Matt Hollenbaugh actually finished the race yesterday, actually, Monday, the first race in third, make him to be on the leader, but Anna Klimek for a week, she be the leader, being actually in the leader for that point she has so far for now. So today is a big one. So I didn't see it. It's 2K, 3K, only one 3K, 2K. So this is the main one. And Anna Klimek so far started for a good wave because it's in the front row with the Indy in the Iowa.
All right. Well, let's get into tonight's starting lineup. And we'll bring in Justin Petschauer. Justin, welcome to the broadcast. Let's get into tonight's starting lineup.
Indeed, let's do. Starting on pole, it is the prodigy himself, Indy Kirkenbauer. Next to him, it'll be Anna Klimek. Third, it'll be Caleb Brashear. Matt Taylor starts fourth. And Tony Pizarro rounds out the top five. Starting sixth, it's Brian Campbell. Ty Quilla starts seventh. Eighth, Tanner Richards. Ninth, Lilac Zier. And 10th, it is Trace Shadid. 11th, Elijah Gilson. 12th, Frank Guillen. 13th, Matt Hollenbaugh. 14th, Mr. Four Alarm Blaze himself, Blaze Andrich. And 15th, Alex Krapser. I still feel bad for that guy's last name. I'm sorry. 16th, it is Clendy, Kyle Clenworth. 17th, it is Crash Neon, still the best name in all of iRacing. I don't care what anybody says. 18th, it is Adriano Foporti. Not one of the best qualifying runs, but we know he can work his way up through the field if he doesn't Brazilian clear himself. 19th, it is Joe Robert. And rounding out the 20-car field, it is Spice. Guys, it's a hot track tip, like you said. It's going to be interesting to see. You can go at least 60-plus laps on a full tank, but you definitely want to take care of your tires, especially with, I still call it a half-assed repave job going through the corners here. But you can use that somewhat fresh asphalt in the corners to your advantage. But when you transition from the quote-unquote fresh asphalt to the old asphalt, the grip becomes almost non-existent, shall we say.
As we are waiting for the final cars to grid up here, we first of two warm-up pace laps before we go green. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, give us the old thumbs up. We certainly would appreciate it. Also, donate to the broadcast if you have not done so already. The link to our 2026 broadcast fund for GoFundMe is pinned in chat. You can send us donations there. We do appreciate that. We do realize times are tough, but hey, we do this for free on behalf of the iRacing IndyCar community. Anything you can send our way for our time, and these graphics are not cheap. These overlays are not cheap. Thumbnails are not cheap. Anything you can send our way to help with those costs will be greatly appreciated. Up front, though, is Indy Kirkenbauer, finished on the podium. In fact, both these drivers, Lewis, last night, 2 nights ago in the Votive Indy Oval Series at the Indy Derby there, to kick off their season, 42 cars took the green flag, and both these drivers went up to the front and made a run for it. 3 wide for the lead on the last lap going into turn 3 and 4, and Clindy came out on the other side of it, but these drivers finished second and third respectively. Klimek finished second, Kirkenbauer finished in third, and he was a very disappointed third place in that race, you might add.
Yeah, actually, it was actually Clendy very happy. Anna Klimek was like, I take it, but Andy was close to get it. So you can see the short video in our YouTube channel. So the final lap in there.
Well, we say, boys, pace car is off. Definitely want to watch out for that tire spin when you take that green flag on the start here. Here we go.
And there they are, switching right there, and you just called it. Pizarro goes to the inside. We are still green. Tanner Richards took evasive action to avoid him as well, but we are still green.
Oh.
Well, I guess they didn't listen. I guess Pizarro didn't listen to me on that one and jumped the gun, let's say, so to say. But so far, clean and green, minus that little screw up there. But it's all fine and dandy now as they go through turns 1 and 2 here, going down the back straightaway before they go into turn 3. Still single file amongst a few of the cars right behind the main leaders here. But, of course, with this track here, you can run it low, middle, high, but you want to watch out for that transitions coming out from that fresh paved asphalt into the old asphalt.
I think I know what the problem was. The Povolonis wasn't here for his pre-race meow.
You know what? Elijah Gilson, lucky. Actually, Lyle Seal, she was lucky. Very lucky because he have on front Tony Pizarro and almost Tanner Richard have a contact with her.
See if we can maybe go back and watch that start. And we'll go back and watch it a little bit here in slow motion when we get to that point. Yeah, there we go. Let's go back again a little bit further. And, Zier is really we want to watch on that one right there. But let's go back about 10 seconds before all that happens there. We'll get into Zier's car, and it's right in front of Ty Quilla there, and just getting on the power. And, of course, Richards is on the outside, and he does a big checkup as well, and right to the inside. But that is a common problem. You mentioned it, Justin, that you got to watch the wheel spin here. And we are now lap 7 of 120. Let's get you the tree up here and show you the intervals of where everyone stands as we race here at lap 7 coming to 8. Remember, 17-second lap here, so they are going by quick. These 120 laps are going to go by really, really quick. Kirkenbauer, the leader, Brashear in second, Klimek in third, Taylor in fourth, and Campbell in fifth. Just on top of the no pre-race meow from Povolonis, the reason why he's not with us here tonight, Justin, you might like to know, he is at North Wilkesboro doing some testing tonight. For real.
Yes, that is indeed true. The NASCAR Cup Series is testing the return of 750 horsepower in the next-gen Cup car in preparation for 450 laps with the return of North Wilkesboro Speedway to the points-paying calendar for the first time in 30 years. Yes, that's right. September 29th of 1996 was the last time NASCAR Cup cars ever ran a points-paying race at North Wilkesboro. As the old saying goes, the two tracks that replaced North Wilkesboro on the schedule for the Cup Series in 1997, New Hampshire Motor Speedway, then New Hampshire International Speedway, and Texas Motor Speedway.
Well, at least they're still racing at them and not done something to it like Fontana.
Or like what they're about to do to Kentucky?
That Kentucky might be next on the demolition list, I'm hearing, yes.
Yeah, for either a logistics center or the worst one possible, a data center.
I don't know. I work in IT. I appreciate data centers. Logistics centers, you know, I get my IT parts from logistics centers. So, I don't know. It seems like such a waste, especially on the doorstep of Indianapolis, being that it's maybe an hour and a half up the highway, maybe 2 hours max. to get to Indianapolis from there. So, yeah, it seems like such a waste. Lilac Zier, Tyquilla side by side. This is a battle for 6th as Zier moves on up the racetrack and into the position. Oh, slides in front. Here comes Ty. He's going to go to the inside, trying to get that back.
Yeah, Tyquilla down to the bottom of Speedway, washes up just a little bit in front of Lilac Zier. Lilac Zier bouncing off the wall just a tad bit. Oh, contact between Tyquilla and Lilac Zier. Lilac Zier, she was doing everything she could not to cause a caution there, but now she gets that run underneath Tyquilla as they go into turn 3, still side by side. Down to the bottom of Speedway, washes up just a little bit. Contacting as it comes to turn 4.
Except for 2019, IndyCar has raced here every year between 2007 and 2025 for a total of 23 times. Scott McLaughlin holds the track record with a speed of 188.248 miles per hour. 2007 and 2025. You gonna let me do the promos, or you want me to give them to you?
Well, you said 2019. I'm like, wait a minute. I know we ran there in 2019. We didn't run in 2021.
Except for 2019. So I can go back and look. But anyways, the career wins leaders here at Iowa are Joseph Newgarden is the undisputed king of corn, if I can talk. He has won 6 times in basically the last 14 races here he won. Ryan Hunter-Reay has 3. Dario Franchitti, James Hinchcliffe Cato Award each have 2. And the winners here when the NTT IndyCar Series last ran here was Alex Palou and Pato Award. And it is no longer on the schedule, sadly. Maybe we'll see it back. I'm not holding my breath any on that one, but we'll see someday maybe. If not, the next short track back on the schedule might be Richmond, but that's still a little ways off into the future as well. Clindy inside of Gilson.
Yeah, Clindy was trying to find enough of a run to try and get around Elijah Gilson. I think he's got it now. He's got that run. Here it goes to the inside of Elijah Gilson, going underneath him into turn 1. He should be able to clear him. Oh, touches that apron just a tad bit, but uses it to his advantage.
Slams the door, but a good slide up. Slide job.
Slide job, in the words of Dale Jr. 2018, if anybody gets that reference. But Elijah Gilson, he's taking it easy from what I'm seeing. I'm seeing his speeds fluctuate just a little bit, because that's another thing about this place now with the different types of asphalt that we got here. You definitely want to save your tires as best you can. It's not like what it used to be well over a decade ago, where you could just run flat out and the tires somewhat wouldn't wear. But now with the added hybrid system, all the weight and stuff, especially the weight from the aero screen, you definitely want to save your tires. As there was one guy in Split 2 in the IIS race here that I was in that got his right front tire wear down to, and I quote, I got it down to 5%. And tires here...
Oh, car having a little difficulty now coming to pit road. The mailman, Adriano Forporti, is missing a left front wing plane, and he's coming to pit road. Looks like he made contact with the wall, possibly, or another car. Had to be another car.
Pizarro, huh? Oh my God! He he tried to make the like a side by side with Pizarro, but I think worked bad for Forporti.
Let's see, Pizarro. Yeah, Pizarro working to try to get positions back from that start spin. And he is going to go to the inside here. And he just came down on him, really. And then he gets booted for the trouble.
Yeah, he got the old Punterino, as we like to call it.
The Prodigy out in front by now almost 2 seconds. So now, Lewis, you begin to wonder with the Prodigy out there, he's definitely and desperately looking for one of a big win, really, in one of these cars, whether it be in one of the leagues or in the top split race. Now, he is the Indy Next Series champion from a season ago, from the oval side of things, and he did pretty well. Do you think he has the patience, what it takes to keep these tires underneath him if we're going to go on a long green flag run, which it is looking like right here, at least for the first part of this stint?
You remember happened 1 year ago actually when Pablo Diaz he was on front for 2 or 3 seconds and he lost the race because of yellow flag. So it's like you said, it's fingers crossed they don't have a yellow flag because he's doing a good job so far from now. We are 90 to go. So I hope for him coming to the pit, feeling green, and can still on front with Caleb Brashear in 2.2 behind of him. So it's just about lucky. It's about the yellow. We almost have a yellow flag with the Fraporti incident with Pizarro, but it wasn't. So that's lucky for him. So I hope knock the wood for him to at least have this good result for him after Sunday, actually.
Guys, I just got handed a note in regards to the 2026 IIS schedule, and the first round here is interesting. It's not listed as either Sebring, Miami. It's listed as TBD, to be determined. So, is there a chance we may be getting St. Petersburg earlier before Season 2 even drops?
Wow.
Another track.
Watching and riding with four-alarm Blaze Andrich right now as he tries to run down Trey Shadid and a group of cars right in front of him. But again, kind of showing how this track has changed with this new scan. The racing is rather mundane and spread out at the moment, fellas.
Yeah, that's kind of what I expected here, especially with the hot track temperature, because when you have little to no cloud cover whatsoever, the track does get hot. It gets slick, greasy, whatever you want to call it. So you definitely want to try and pick your battles as best you can, while also using that tire management to your advantage. Because if you can save tires over the long run, you can definitely start picking your way through, because there will be some guys that are just going to burn their tires off by running different lines to try and figure out where the grip is. But over time, that certain section of the track where more cars will start to move up and try and find that grip, that heat is going to start building up, and it's going to wear those tires out even more.
I think
it's funny because before it's like we have many lines you can choose, and here's just only one line with that part over there. And also, it's too hot now with 120. We started with 117 or 116 now. So it's 120. It's going to be maybe a little more high in couple laps.
Anna Klimek is blinking out. But Caleb Bashir is digging into that lead a little bit by the Prodigy. Prodigy now, well, it's right back at 2 seconds. It was under 2 seconds for a while as Indy got caught up with Alex Krapser and that old Tasman livery from the mid-90s. He has kind of fallen to the back of the pack right now, but Indy got around him, but got slowed down a little bit with that lap traffic, and unfortunately it looks like Caleb is going to run into that same lap traffic, and the same thing will bespell him a little bit as we are now getting up into, well, we're not quite looking at pit stops quite yet. We'll probably get about the halfway point at the very least before drivers start thinking about coming down pit road, but somebody here might want to think about doing the undercut. I know someone eventually will, and that's kind of the best bet here, Lewis, is with those fresh tires on that really fast, fresh pavement on the bottom, is get out there, try to get some clean air, and put some fast laps down to see if you can pick up positions that way.
Yeah, it could be a good chance, but also the problem is, what if? The if is about a yellow flag and losing 2 laps, that's a gamble. So, like I said, in this track, it's better to just empty the tank and come into the pits, and maybe what if you stay on the end and have a yellow flag, and maybe you can be in the leader by just lucky stuff. So I think it's better to, for my side, just empty the tank. But the problem is about the tire. How is your performance on the car? How's the tires if you're gonna go for that far? So it's a lot of questions. But maybe 2 or 3 laps before the tank is empty, you can come in. So actually, it's a good thing.
Clindy battling with Trey Shadid right now. This is a fixed setup race. If you're watching this, not familiar, everybody running with the same setup, but they can change the way their cars handle with the roll bars, with the weight jacker, and they can add a little of extra boost with the hybrid, as we are on the hybrid here for the first time in series history. We'll talk about that in interviews with some of these drivers, but this is a 0.85 of a mile D-shaped short oval. IndyCar measures this place at 0.894. So we're doing 120 laps, 102 iRacing miles, but 107.28 IndyCar miles if you go take the IndyCar measurement. No fast repairs, 3 sets of tires, which you might actually see these drivers tonight, depending on the situation, especially if there's a late caution, go through all sets of those tires. We anticipate at least one pit stop, and it is a painfully slow 45-mile-per-hour pit road speed limit. The last time we were here was a 47.61. That was in season 3 of 2025. This is the 50th race over the course of the iRacing Indy Fixed, or what I call the Indy Fixed Indy Oval lineage, that they have come to use Iowa Speedway. So this is the 50th race. So someone will go down in the history of winning that 50th race today. But the last 4 times we've been here is a 47.61 strike the field, a 46.62, a 46.88, and a 46.67. Today we did a 49.09. So we are actually improving a little bit on the strength of field power on today's race. So that's 2 straight 4.9K races here in the Indy Oval Series. So drivers showing up with those iRatings to go racing here on Tuesday nights here for part of the Tuesday night Top Split broadcast. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Make sure to hit that like button, share, subscribe. You're watching P1's coverage of the Indy Oval Series right here at Iowa Speedway. Go ahead, Justin.
I was just keeping my eye on that battle between Trey Shadid and Kyle Glenworth. Glendy, he's just trying to find at least some type of ground to try and get around Trey Shadid, from what I'm seeing, but I could be wrong. I think he's just using the draft a little bit to try and stretch out that fuel mileage, because I guarantee you he's probably got that wheel setting on maybe map 3 or so. Oh, Tanner Richards signaling he's going in.
Tanner Richards is, he is marred in the back because of a bad start. So he might as well just come to pit road.
Almost contact between Trey Shadid and Kyle Glenworth. Trey Shadid got all the way up close to the wall coming off of turn 2, had to back out of it tremendously, and Glenworth almost ran into the back of him. But yeah, as I was saying, Tanner Richards, you called it. He was going for that undercut there.
I mean,
even with the bad start and all.
Yeah, when you're that far back and you're down 11 spots, you got nothing to lose. You might as well take a gamble. But Clindy gets around Trace to move Clindy on up, and now we're watching Blaze Andrich taking a stab to the inside of Lilac. Lilac way up the racetrack, and is going to lose 2 positions as Clindy now comes to the inside of Lilac. Lilac might want to start thinking about hitting pit road here soon, but Clindy in a couple of laps picks up a couple of positions. He is one of our native King of Corns here in the virtual side of things. He normally does pretty well here, but he has a long way to go. He did not have a great qualifying run. He's up 8 spots. His teammate right in front of him, that is Blaze Andrich. Blaze to the inside of Joe Robert. That's just for track position. Blaze up 7, so up 7, up 8 respectively for the 2 Rogue Racing drivers.
Yeah, Rogue Racing had, like you said, it's not that good of a qualifying effort for one of their team drivers, but the other one not so bad either. But Clendy, like you said, he knows his way around here at Iowa Speedway. Just when you think when you say he's down and out, he's not going to be able to get up towards the front. He knows how to prove you wrong and make you, in the words of a friend of mine, he knows how to make you look stupid.
Of course, Clendy won the Vote of Indy Derby on Sunday night. Make sure to check that out on the channel. A very exciting race. 42 cars. You don't see very many IndyCar races with 42 cars in the lineup, whether they're, you're never going to see any officials, that's for sure. Elijah Gilson taking a stab to the inside for track position. He's being chased down by Matt Hollenball, the series points leader. Lilac, Clindy, pit road. Clindy on pit road. Oh, Clindy gets a little twitchy coming to pit road, but gets it under control. And now he is right at the halfway point. So he is deciding to come to pit road. right at the halfway point, and it's going to make it a one stop. Most everyone else here will, but he's attempting a little bit of an undercut as well.
Lilac Zier going in, Frank Guillen signaling he's going in, so the pit stops are starting. And like you said, it's just agonizingly slow, 45 miles an hour. You have to be very, very careful. Going into pit road, like right there with Brian Campbell into the wall. He missed the pit entry, and he will lose tremendous amounts of pit.
He just cut away right before that happened. We'll see here on the replay, and he power slides around the corner, and then it's too late. And if you remember, this is kind of one of the things that happens to Rogue Racing. This has happened to Clindy before, and this has happened to Tyquilla before at the same racetrack. So the guys at Rogue Racing definitely like hitting pit road very hot here. Guys, if we go back up to the front. I was getting ready to go back up to the front because Indy, his lead has been reeled in.
He must to come into the pit because Andy with the clean air, actually basically clean air, he have a lap down close into him, and also Claire Brashear is in there for 5 tenths.
So Alex here, let's see.
For a while. Stay behind for a while.
Oh, yeah, he's out. He's been out there for a while. So these guys are all with very worn tires. I thought maybe Alex hit pit road a little bit earlier, but no, all these guys out there, 65, 64 lap old tires.
He must have coming in. Actually, I talked about that, but it's like, you know what? I think my performance is not very good. I better to coming in because he's doing 19.1. And Brashear is a little slow, but it's too slow actually because all these guys coming now, they already came, they're gonna stay close to Andy when I come into the pit soon.
Here comes Caleb to the inside of Alex. He gets clear, and so is Anna. But this is really got to be slowing up that whole group a little bit. Mainly because they're just on worn tires. I would imagine, though, that when they come to pit road, even though they're going to have a shorter fill on everything, that we might have a little bit more of a compressed field here in the second half of this race.
Anna Clements signaling she's coming in, as well as Alex Kratzer. They have to be very careful as they go into the pit road there. Wow, that was really close there. They nailed the pit entry perfectly.
Big run off the corner. Caleb Brashear to the inside of the Prodigy. Battle for the lead going into turn 3.
Side by side between Caleb Brashear and Indy Kirkenbauer. Kirkenbauer washes up just a little bit, almost gets in the wall. I think he may have just brushed the Firestone lettering off the sidewall there. But Caleb Brashear will take the lead away as he has Joe Robert in front of him. That is a multiple lap down car that should not affect him in any way, shape, or form. But it might affect Indy Kirkenbauer.
And I gotta wonder if Indy just his youthful exuberance, he used, and here comes Clindy on new tires. Look at the difference between new and old tires here. To give you an idea of what speeds are being turned here right now. And here comes Kirkenbauer. He says, I'm coming to pit road. But you got to wonder, Lewis, that his youthful exuberance might have got the best out of those tires as we'll watch him coming down pit road. Oh, and look at that very unhappy right front tire.
Hook is gone. Actually, very worried because that Clendy made the pass on him, and I guess he's gonna be next to, or it's gonna be close, or it's gonna be past him when he exits to the pit. So, wow.
And he's down and away, but that was down to the cords. Still needing to stop. Caleb Brashear, Blaze Andrich, Matt Taylor, Trey Shadid, Matt Hollenball, Crash Neon, Ellis Spice, and Pizarro. They are all still out there running long, hoping for a caution. Brashear staying out.
Clendy passed him. Quilla passed him. So Brashear is still at the front. So I think it's a bad decision about the Andy stay longest because the tires actually.
And
Blaze
here
Andrich
comes
signaling he's going in.
And here comes Clindy, as we'll get to Blaze here in just a second. Clindy to the inside of our leader to get his lap back. And now that puts him only 1 lap down. If you come to pit road here, that is 2 laps probably. It's going to be a penalty. Once again, iRacing, if you're listening, sometimes I know you are. Is there any way we got a Joe Robert going down the access road right off the infield oval there. That was weird. You don't see that very often. But Blaze Andrews on pit road. So iRacing, if you're listening, it'd be great if you can give us variable pit road speed limits. That would be nice. That would be really nice. Indy cars don't need to be going 45 miles per hour for pit road speed limit as Caleb power slides through the corner. And that's going to turn the lead over to Matt Hollenball. We don't need 45 mile per hour pit road speed limits here. We can do a little bit faster.
Taylor, Shadid, and Neon is on pit too.
And yeah, Matt Taylor with the new i5G paint job on his car. That looks good. One of the new i5G pickups. We see all the drivers coming around the corner. Crash Neon, Trey Shadid, Matt Taylor. Hollenball staying out there long, our points leader.
And I guessing
He's betting.
Anna Klemek is take the lead by 5 seconds, maybe? 5 seconds over the Clendy, actually, virtually, until Matt and Spice come into the pit.
Hollenball signaling he's going into the pits. But guys, look at this battle between Indy Kirkenbauer and Ty Quilla side by side as they come off of turn 2 there. Still side by side as they go into 3. A little bit of traffic in front of Indy Kirkenbauer. He watches it just a little bit. Gets Ty Quilla a little nervous there coming off of the corner. That might have cost a little bit of momentum there for Ty Quilla, but Ty Quilla knows how to get around this place. So he should be able to get back up towards Indy Kirkenbauer, especially with them battling hard up in front of the Indy right there. That I believe it's Caleb Brashear and Kyle Clenworth. So 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, all essentially under a blanket here as they go through the turns 3 and 4 here. Caleb Brashear down to the bottom of the speedway. I believe he got underneath Kyle Clenworth there. These two are literally they're throwing haymakers for the fun of it, let's just say.
Ella Spice on pit road. The Spice is out of the fuel on that one. He's going to come back down and get some Shell Racing fuel and a new set of Firestone Firehawks and get out and resume this race. But he got into the 80s. That's a pretty good run for him on a fuel save. Kind of hoping for a late caution during his coming to pit road or when at least he had that big lead. Just didn't happen to him. So that's going to turn everything back over to Anna Klimek. We'll get you the gaps here as we're showing you times that last lap speeds. We'll give you some intervals here. And there you see, there is that big lead that Klimek now has over Caleb Brashear. 5 seconds. And that is all as a result of everything done on pit road under green flag pit stops. Anna Klimek on pit road, 35.9 seconds, 7.8 in the box. Caleb Brashear on pit road, 36.3, 7.9 in the box. So slower on pit road, slower in the box, equals 5 seconds on the racetrack.
Also note, we do have one DNF from this race. That is Joe Roberts. So not a good day here in the middle of the cornfields here in Iowa for Joe Robert.
So Brashear is 1:10 faster than Anna. Last lap she did 18.4 and Brashear 18.3 point something else, but it's fast actually Brashear for lap, but so we have some lap down in front of him, so it's gonna be slow, little down in the attack to catch Anna Klimek.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I mean, he's shaving tenths off a lap. We're at 5.2, 5.3 on the lead for Klimek with 33 to go, and we're doing 17 seconds a lap, give or take. Shaving a tenths off here and there. He needs to shave a little bit more than that if he hopes to be clear, or not clear, but hopes to make it up to Klimek and make a pass on Klimek before we get to the end of this race. So really, and I don't want to jinx Anna because I'm going to knock on wood on her behalf as we watch Clindy and Indy Kirkenbauer side by side a little bit further on back. But Anna's got this race unless there's a late caution or she gets really hung up in traffic. Let's put it that way. There's a late caution or she gets stuck in traffic. This is kind of her race to lose at this point, and hopefully I didn't jinx her.
Yeah, it's like it happened with Bologna last time when he won with 5 to go. He made the pass, and also the last lap with Klemek leading with 10 to go for far, and then Clement Clendy in the last corner make the pass. So it's some flashback for her she don't want to remember, but at least still 5.2, 5.1 now. Brazil between each other.
Yeah, Clement, like you said, this is absolutely her race to lose, barring a caution coming out. Right now, she's sitting in the catbird seat, just taking her time, essentially on cruise control, with lap traffic separating her.
Hey, Lewis, I know normally your driver of the race that you award at the end of the broadcast is someone that makes up the most positions, but let's take a peep here at Tanner Richards. He has worked his way back onto the lead lap and effectively has gone from the back of the pack up into the top 10 now with 27 to go, and he was kind of involved with what was going on. I think he had to take some evasive action on that start incident that we saw at the start. Pretty impressive that he was all the way into the back, did a very early start, a very early stop on pit road, much earlier than everyone else, and he has worked his way up to the 9th, Lewis.
Yeah, actually, if the yellow flag is coming out, it could be amazing for him because it's gonna be on the battle once again for the top 5 and who knows for the last step of the podium. But that's what Anna Clement don't want to see. But it's gonna be good for actually. Yeah, you're right. With the Tanner Richards stay on the 20th to be now in 9th is really impressive. The performance he have, and for sure. If it didn't happen this incident in the track, it could be close to Anna Clement, or even what if it be on the front on the front.
Back to this battle between Kirkenbauer and Clendy, and they are just dogging on one another right now. And I think really Kirkenbauer, by the power of having slightly fresher tires, by the point of a 26-lap-old tires for Kirkenbauer, Clendy has 38. Kirkenbauer gets by Clendy and is now starting to pull away. So those that attempted to undercut with a little bit of an earlier stop on everyone, Tanner Richards included, they're now kind of in the danger zone of area of those that stopped later have much better tires than those that stopped earlier.
Yeah, Kirkenbauer used the outside line in 1 and 2 to his advantage, as well as using that hybrid to his advantage, going down the front straightaway behind Kyle Clenworth. He went to the outside and just stayed on that outside line next to Kyle Clenworth and used it to his advantage. There was a little bit of a twitch that I saw as he transitioned from the fresh paved asphalt to the old asphalt, but he somehow managed to keep it under control there and move Indy Kirkenbauer up into P3.
Meanwhile, up front, 20 to go. Anna Clement, 4.7 now, 4.6 second lead over Caleb Brashear. Caleb, there he is. Caleb, as she goes into turn 1, he's exiting turn 4, so he still has pretty much the entire front straight to make up in 20 laps, and 19 laps now. And I just don't think he's gonna get there. It's gonna run out of time. He's gonna need a caution.
Yeah, he would absolutely need a caution to try and get up anywhere close to Anna Clement. Clement right now, the only thing that she's battling with is lap traffic. As we see Matt Taylor go underneath her going into turns 3 and 4 here, watches up just a little bit right in front of Anna Clement. No harm, no foul. She lets him go, and she'll use that draft to her advantage. And it should work out for her, like I said, barring a caution. And right now, with the way we're clicking by on the race pace here, this is going to be a caution-free race here, which is almost unheard of at Iowa.
Hey, Lewis, let's talk about the points. Clement came into this thing. You said at one point last week she was the Oval Series points leader. When the points for the week ended and we started this week, Hollenball took back over the points lead. This should vault her back into the points lead with this I rating, or this strength of field number that we have of 4.9 today again. And with Hollenball finishing at 13th and Anna looking at a potential win, this should be enough to vault her back up in the P1 in the championship.
Oh, for sure. Actually, between Matt and Anna, they have a 45 points difference. Matt Halliball now is at 13 now. So with the 4.9 we have here, it could be win because it's the first race she made now today. It could be actually, I don't know if it's the second one actually. It should be maybe over than 100 or maybe 120 points, depending how she did yesterday. And I want to find out that one now because I read for the chats he did a good performance yesterday. So I don't know. I have to find which race was. But they could be take the leader and stay on the lead for one more week. So I think it's like it happened one day to me when you have a good performance week by week by week. I think it's time to take a serious this because I think it could be made to the end to battle for the championship.
Coming to 11 to go, and Anna puts Tanner Richards a lap down. She is now lapped up to 9th position, and right in front of her, that is his 9th position right there. That is Matt Taylor. And this is normally one of Matt Taylor's good tracks, too. He is a short track expert, king of Richmond. Oh, off the wall, off of turn 4. He recovers. He's the king of Richmond. This track very similar in Richmond in many aspects. But just a lot of green flag racing today, and Matt's just not the race he was looking for. But looking at a top 10 nevertheless right now as we're coming less than 10 to go this time when we hit the line.
10 to go, and it's clean air in front of Anna Klemek right now with just a very small tad bit of dirty air from Matt Taylor. Anna Klemek is just saying to herself, please no caution, please no caution, please no caution. And right now, with how spread out the field is, the couple of battles every now and then right behind her, this is going to be one of those races she's going to say, thank God we went green flag from the drop of the green flag to the checkered flag.
Lewis, we've seen a number of her close wins. She's got to be thinking, thank God, there's nowhere near me right now.
Actually, it's very lucky for her because nobody's here. Actually, they have cars on the front, but 7 to go. You can't take a chill. I found the race. She won over the Caleb Brashear for 10 seconds. So she won in 137 points. So if I'm thinking, she's going to gain over 120 points if she wins the race today.
Oh, Clindy spun to the inside. And I'm not sure what's going on here, but Clindy spinning to the inside. We're going to see what happens. Is he damaged? Is he says, mercy, I'm coming to pit road. These tires need to come off.
Fuel?
Yeah, his tires were shot, and he power slid almost into the water barrels right at pit entry.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Weird. And we got to get back because we are now less than 5 to go here. 4 to go as Anna Klemek gets around Elijah Gilson. That is for 8th position, lapping now up to 8th. Matt Taylor with the slightly fresher tires making up a few late positions here and staying on the lead lap. And pretty much we're to the point now. Next flag's going to end this race. And Klemek off of 4, crossing the start-finish line. 2 more laps to go. As right in front of her is Blaze Andrich, as Matt Taylor is working. Blaze is running really slow. I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe he might be nursing some bad tires. But another position for Matt Taylor. Move him up to 6th.
Yeah, tires are gone on Blaze Andrich, so he is absolutely nursing those tires.
Ty Quilla might be in the same boat as well. White flag in the air, down the backstretch. Less than 2 turns to go. Anna Klemek gonna finally get that big top split win for Anna. Not even close on this one. What we call it, a butt stomping, a butt whooping, whatever you want to call it. Anna Klemek puts one on the field and is your winner tonight by almost 4 seconds.
Yeah, after that pit stop that she made, she definitely used that tire management strategy to her advantage, and it finally worked out for her. She's finally gotten that long-awaited top split win.
Tanner Richard retired. Actually, I'm looking for Tanner Richard up here. I said, Tanner Richard is gonna be. Let's see.
Down to 17th. Yeah.
Yeah, he retired the car. Just Alt F4 gone.
Just one of those days. It was looking good there for a while.
Guys, we finally found out what happened with Tyquella. He got bit by the auto fuel bug.
Oh, wow. Is that the same thing with Clindy as well?
I guess him.
All right. Klimek, winner by 3.9 seconds over Caleb Brashear. Indy Kirkenbauer, a distant third and 7.2 back. Zier, a good day for the Taylor Mills squad. First and fourth. So 2 cars in the top 5 for them. Shout them out. Tyquella, the best of the Rogue Racing contingency in 5th. Matt Taylor in 6th. Pizarro, amazing. Pizarro makes it back to 7th after being halfway sideways on the front stretch at the drop of the green flag. There's a good drive, Lewis. That's worth shouting out. He didn't finish better than where he started, but certainly he was way at the tail of the field for sure, and he didn't even take the green flag hardly that way. Elijah Gilson in 8th, Hollenball in 9th. So Hollenball wasn't looking like a good finish for Matt, but he gets a top 10 finish, so that might help him a little bit in the points championship. But Blaze Andrich comes home with a top 10 and a kind of a rare appearance for him in the fixed top split broadcast. Trey Shadid in 11th. Fast Frankie in 12th. Crash Neon in 13th. Ellis in 14th. Alex in 12th. Clindy, not the race he was looking for, in 16th. Tanner Richards, not the race he was looking for, in 17th. A bunch of the guys back here are just like, you can take this race and I'll get out of here. Ryan Campbell, much the same way, in 18th. And then we got Joe Robert and Adriano Fraporti. On top of that, Pizarro, again, not only has a bad start, but he had the run-in with Fraporti midway through the first stint and still comes home with a top 10.
I think it does a good job. So I think because Richard is gone, so it should be Pizarro be the driver of the day, because from last to have an incident with Fraporti, like you said, and then finish on the 7th is making a good job for him for today. Also, Laila Sear with 5 spots from 9 to 4, but Pizarro is more the effort over there.
Yeah, Pizarro is pretty remarkable. Yeah.
I guessing Anna Klimek is gonna be the leader for 97 points over Matt Hannibal. So that's what I'm guessing. We have to wait for iRacing to update every this stuff.
And it does take a little time to do that, so just everyone keep monitoring. We're just racking up some replays here, and we'll get into the interview room and start talking with some of these drivers on the podium. And there are the points one more time, just to give you a reminder. That's what we were coming into this race, so I think we're going to have some changing at the top. And we were all green flag today, so again, if you're just joining us, you're watching P1's coverage of the Tuesday night Indy Oval Series top split. And we're done. Your winner tonight is Anna Klimek. We are getting into our podium interviews. And we'll bring up Indy Kirkenbauer here right now. Another interview with him on the podium. And here is Indy. Indy joining us for a third place finish here today. Indy got the pole position, made a early breakaway, but we got to ask, did you use those tires up and that maybe cost you the lead overall in this race? And then racing Clindy there, the middle portion of the race, had to be much like Sunday night again all over again.
Yeah, if you were curious, my tires were at 6% at the end of the first run. I think I did good in the first like 25, 30 laps, and then the last 30 laps, I started feeling it get tighter, and I put way too much weight jacker in the car, and I should have gone a little bit looser of a front bar to begin with, and I just, and at that point, I went so hard for like 10 laps that my tires were just screwed for the last 20, and that allowed Caleb to get it back around me. But yeah, I mean, and then I underdrove my pit entry because I still had 3 laps in the tank when I pitted, and I was planning to stay out as long as possible, but I just couldn't bleed more time. If I would have stayed out that full length, I would have probably blown a tire anyway. So I'm glad about that 3-lap short pit.
So is it just more of a what you did today, kind of a learning incident? So next time you kind of like a learning opportunity here, just come back and know what you did this time, and just make up for it for the next race when you come back to Iowa.
Yeah, I felt pretty good in qualifying. I know I said a 4:17 in the session earlier. That I honestly didn't even think that lap was going to get a pole. So I was really happy, and I thought that if I just managed my tires, don't screw up my pit entry with how this track works, I could win, and this might be a good chance for me to do that. But you can't move your tires down to 6 or 7%. It's just you can't do that and then still expect to make those tires last for 75 laps. So yeah, it's just frustrating to come home in third again. I just cannot stay out of third or second. So I'll try to do better at Chicago.
Just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. Any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors you want to say hi to before we let you go?
Yes, my go-kart sponsors are BG Emery and Associates, the Alley and Clyde, Bayside Heating and Cooling, Make Something on YouTube. Thank you for putting on the show. Thank you to Votive Racing. Thank you to Anna. She helped me out a bunch with this. Her tips are the only reason I got pole in the first place. And then, yeah, thank you to TMR. New Alliance been working really good. And yeah, thank you to my dad for setting up my sim rig, and my grandpa told me to shout him out for watching the races. So shout out, Grandpa.
A smart grandson. Well, and also giving dad thanks too. Well, congratulations on the P3, and I know that there's higher finishes in your future for sure. But good to have you here, and we'll see you when we get to the next track, which I think is Chicagoland. Oh, he was getting ready to say something, and Lewis, we were kind of joking on the votive coverage that he is very much like the Ayrton Senna of American drivers. He's just like, I hate third. I'm upset. I finished third. But you could obviously tell the way he was talking, and in this, you can maybe make. You could relate to this as well, is that you realize you made a mistake in this race, and it's the only thing you could do is get the best finish out of the race and use it to learn to not do it at the next time you come here.
Yeah, actually, his life is like that. So we know it's racing at the real life. So I think he want to win, and if it's no win, it's not gonna be happy. Like I told you on Sunday, Senna said the second place is the first loser or the first lose of the grid. So it's not about it's second and third. It's if you're not first, you're the loser basically. So what's that I think? But yeah, it's gonna be a time. It's just about the time, like Anna Clemens is doing now. So it's about the time. At some point, it's gonna come in your time, and boom. you're gonna win a lot of races.
That's funny. You said football is life. Racing is life. I was just remember the guy from Ted Lasso, the show. He always used to say football is life. So racing is life for Indy Kirkenbauer. Let's bring up Caleb Brashear. I think this is Caleb here. Caleb, another podium finish here on the top split. A little bit of tire management got you up there and kept you up there. Congratulations.
Thank you. Hold on. I got that, but and I have to do it every podium. The beer can has to be cracked open. We got a Yingling flight in my hand, and I was, you said tire management, and I thought I was doing it completely wrong with how fast Indy took off, and then Clemic was just on my rear the entire time, and I thought I was playing my cards wrong the entire time, and then it was like towards the end of that first set, I was slowly catching Indy. Clemic was still on my rear, but we were catching Indy, and then finally I cleared him, and I thought, okay, let's try the overcut, and that way I could have very fast tires at the end, and just got held up by lap traffic at the end there. So.
Well, talk about using the hybrid here. This is the first time we got a chance to use the hybrid here at the Iowa Oval. What was it like out there using the hybrid? You probably only get a chance to use it like once every other couple of laps, so you don't get a chance to use it that much, do you? Or do you have more than that?
Well, first off, the entire left side of my body is just numb right now from how much I was just spamming the buttons of the regen, and because you're it's not like you have a break of like a mile and a half, or even like Gateway, or all these other ovals we go to where there's a massive lift. You're basically on throttle, and you need to be on one button or the other the entire time. So the entire left side of my body is just numb from just spamming buttons. But the hybrid, when the very first oval I tested, and it was actually I got into a session with Logan. We were testing the hybrid on the oval, and honestly, it was like a worst case scenario. We're like, oh god, this is gonna be bad. But I think it worked out to where, because the track was kind of a little bit hotter, we didn't have to regen as much. Maybe early on in the stint, but like as the tires wear, you're just making massive lifts, and then you're just spamming the button out of the corner, and you really do only get basically you get the entire back straightaway. You could get one full push in, and that's pretty much it. But I think I worked out to where you can use like half on the back straight with how much you're lifting, and then you could use half on the front stretch with how it kind of worked out. But it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be when I first tested Iowa. It still was a arm workout like no tomorrow, and just a lot going on. It was very much not only a workout for my left arm, but it was very much a workout for my brain as well. My brain was hurting for that one a little bit, I gotta say.
Well, your left turn curls have now turned into 12-ounce curls, so congratulations. Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone want to say hi to before we let you go?
All races go out to Scott Reddick. I want to thank Luke Mansky Racing, my teammates Logan Edwards, Will Weiser, Jared Corey, and Rafael Leon. We'll be running Daytona 24. We should be terrible in that because we haven't done any practice. But sponsors iPredictor, iCoaching, and Lilac City Tech. And then obviously, we got to thank the beer that's in my hand. It's a Yingling Flight. Absolutely delicious right now. I know Mark Murphy hates them, but I'm going to disagree with him.
He's just an old Miller Lite guy, so just whatever.
No, I know. I'll throw some slander his way. He slandered my Yingling Flight. I'll throw some slander towards his Michelob Ultras. I know how this works.
He'd just rather sit down with a cooled Coors Light, and sit there and drink that. But go ahead, finish off your victory beer. Congratulations for getting here, P2 on the podium, and we'll catch you in a week when we get back to the drafting track at Chicagoland.
Ooh, that reminds me of the Expo.
Yes.
That should be interesting because that was the first time I ever raced that track was at the Expo, and last time I raced that track. So
Well,
should be
it
interesting.
started off a good campaign for you, but we'll catch you in about a week.
Thank you.
See ya. Victory beer, and he only finished second. Let's bring up Anna, and here she is. Hey, Anna. In the United States, of course, we have John Deere, who sells farming equipment. We're in the middle of farm country here, but they have a saying right here when they do their commercials, and there's nothing that runs like a deer. And oh dear, did you run away with this one? Not only winning away at the end by almost 4 seconds, but what a pit stop under that green flag conditions that you got that huge lead, held onto it, and you have to be thanking the gods, the racing gods, a little bit, that there was no close finish now this time around to lose the Indy 2 or something like that, that you could get the win and just got to cruise away for it. Congratulations.
Thank you, Gary. Yeah, when I went votive here, I claimed that I was the Queen of Iowa, and once again, I am the Queen of Iowa. So, but yes, yeah, that first pit cycle, yeah, I was just trying to say, well, the tires were really bad. Like towards the end of that right front, that stint, my right front was 26%. It was pretty dead. So I took a bit of a very late gamble and pitted and made the call to pit in quite late. And I've been an hour before this race. I've been practicing my pit stops. Pretty much got it perfect. And then once I got out, I got this massive lead. I even underfueled, which was a bit concerning, and that was the problem with Clendy and what Indy had as well. Clendy had to pit again. I was able to recognize the issue early, so I went in the Map 5, and Matt Taylor came by, and he kind of dragged me along up. So yeah, once I got through the traffic, it felt kind of comfortable, and yeah, I was really impressed that there was no yellow flags. This race is very impressive. Congratulations to everyone who made it clean and made no yellows at all. So really
that would be like the last thing you were looking for there at the end, is like no yellows, no yellows, no yellows.
Yeah, well, when I went to 4 to go, I'm like, yeah, I've got this. I bring it home, so.
Let's talk about the points championship now. As you get out of this race, you kind of spent a little part of last week as the leader, and then as the week ended, Matt Hollaball becomes the leader again. And now in his 4.9K race, he actually didn't do too bad today. He, with a lot of late tire failures, very late in this race, he kind of moved up. He was like in the mid, from 10 to 15, and now he creeped into the top 10 here at the end. But still a big win for you. I think this is enough to get you back in the points lead. Do you start thinking now, especially we got some dangerous races coming up, that big ones could happen. Yeah. Chicagoland, and then we got the Talladega meme race. Yeah. Do you start thinking now of more long-term and championship, or just like, no, still too early, let's keep our foot in it?
I've been thinking a few weeks ago about this, Gary, so I've been on this. I know what to do. I know what to do, and I know what I need to do to win this championship. And I just need to be consistent. And I've shown that with IIS when I finished top 10 there. And I know I can replicate that consistency in Oval Fix this season.
I don't doubt you at all. You're one of my favorite drivers, so I don't doubt that at all. You are getting out of corn country with yet another win, this time in the Top Split broadcast. Congratulations. Any shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors, and you know what? Another great day for your team and your association of teams. First, yes. Third, and fourth.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it's just... Yes, so... Oh, God, I've got to go through so many people to congratulate today.
Take your time.
So first off, forgot to say it from yesterday and from the Kentucky Derby, but thank you for P1 Broadcasting for broadcasting this.
Oh, we don't do anything. That's okay.
I'm sorry. But yes, but also shout out to Indy and Lilac today. Indy's been, he's been really on it today. I knew that Indy could even go, like me and Indy are probably the only drivers who can get into the fours in qualifying this week. So we have been on it, and congratulations to Lilac as well. She's just been really good at the tire management, and able to eke out a P4 there is absolutely brilliant. Shout out to everyone else at Taylor Mills Racing, and shout out to everyone else at Votive Rating and our alliance as well. I think the last few weeks has shown that we're very strong. We're very strong, and we're able to put up very strong performances. Yeah, shout out to all the friends within the iRacing IndyCar community. Shout out to all VTuber friends as well. Frankie was in this race, so nice to see Frisky Frankie in this race as well. I will tell him what bar settings I was using, because I will keep my secrets. Mum, Dad, Robert Jacob, boyfriend Sharent, who else? Also Shane Coker as well for the Votive League as well, who runs it, and just a really nice guy to hang out with. So yeah, and all the lovely people who showed up in chat today and saw this amazing win.
Well, nothing runs like a deer, and nothing ran like the deer today. Anna Klimek gets the win by almost 4 seconds, 3.9 seconds. Over Caleb Bashir, the now becoming undisputed queen of corn country. Anna Klimek with the win. Congratulations, and we will see you when we get to Chicagoland here in about a week.
See you in Chicago.
Hey, Lewis, a couple things we heard there. That number one, practicing green flag pit stops. Number two, using Matt Taylor to save fuel and to get yourself to the end. And number three, the team and the association that they are in with Votive, the VRL team, they are practicing, and they're not just out there practicing and turning laps, but they're doing the things that you need to do that are often overlooked that will win you races. And that one of those things that a lot of people overlook, because you don't think you're going to get any green flag pit stops, is green flag pit stops, making it on the pit road fast without a penalty and coming out with a big lead. And that's what she eventually did today, and that's eventually what got her the win today.
Actually, yeah, when you have a team around and you help you to be on the front and don't to give you a trick, it's a good thing. Also, use the other cars to save fuel, like I did in the Lionheart one day and the Charlotte. It's a good thing also too. And like you said, like she said, actually the pit stop. Always we will talking about that stuff. Use the pit stop, use this, use that. Don't green flag pit stop is a good thing, because it can gain you a lot of seconds, like she did. She just came up for 5.5 seconds, over 6 seconds over the Clendy and Brashear and all the stuff. So that's a good thing. So that's a good thing. And also, like I said, so if you see you're in the week 5 or coming to the week 6, in the timing to battle for the championship, you have to go in and you have to do it. You have to do it now. So because now the standing is 1,000 and actually is 97 points ahead on Matt Talbot. So it's already hood date. She do that, so she's gonna be on the front. And you know what is more amazing of this? She have a 0 incident. That is very impressive.
So
to be on the front.
5 races in, 6 races in, 5 races in, right?
Yeah,
5 races in,
incidents.
and says, well, she's probably raced in more than that, but we're 5 races into the championship, and you can race multiple times during the week if you want. And she has 0 incidents through every single race she's been in.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
So she have 11 starts, and only so have 4 wins, 4 poles, 8 of 5.
Whew.
Average of started of 4th and finished on 3rd. So she leading 341 laps. So 0 incident.
Wow.
0 incident. So it's really impressed about the like I said, the monkey about what is the word? When you have
Get
the
monkey off your back. Get the monkey off your back.
Exactly. Yeah, when you have that, it's like, my God, you have to do it. So I think it is time to do it, and just keep battle. If you're consistent, you don't want to have any problems. So at least you win. This one is a big one, and I hope Chicagoland is going to be open for everyone. What if is to have another win? So good job for her. So see you Thursday, ERN. IndyCar Series from Motegi. Started from once again season 2026 A over there.
Justin, no matter what you drive, tire management always becomes something of a factor, especially here at Iowa. But then after dealing with that, now we're going to a racetrack that we see tons of close finishes at, where the big one can always happen, leading into a meme race at Talladega. Just a little bit of something that every driver has to contend with. Tire management today and a survival for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think some of the drivers here will say, "I'll just take my tire management." The shenaniganry that's about to happen for the next 2 weeks. God help us all. But some final notes, some final race notes here from Iowa Speedway today. We had 120 laps, no cautions, and 4 lead changes. The average race pace was 175 miles an hour, with an average lap time of 18.985.
Oof, that's flying.
So well done. Well done by everybody today. Like you said, with Iowa, I'm sad that it's gone, because I'm going to be honest, this actually was one of my best tracks in the IAS. But since we're going back to Phoenix, it's going to be interesting to see what type of aero configuration we're going to use and how we're going to be able to use the hybrid system to our advantage, especially with whatever setting we have the deploy on. Other than that, I'm looking forward to Chicago. It's bumpy, it's old. Glad that it's back in real life. I cannot wait for that one. But Talladega, to quote Derek Daly from many of the Champ Car World Series broadcasts on Speed from 20 years ago, hang on to your hollyhocks. It's about to get wild.
Well, we still got 2 weeks for that. Of course, don't forget, that is a double header here on the channel. All right, let's get on out of here. I smell dinner for me, so I have not had my dinner yet. So I
have a hockey game to go catch up on, as well as some other stuff as well.
Let's get on out of here. So that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium here from Iowa. Anna Klimek gets that big, and you know, I think it's kind of like, it reminds me of when Greg Moore won his first IndyCar race. He just started winning, and I see
that good story.
I see that happening with Anna here, and again, just lengthening that lead up at the points championship. Caleb Brashear, another podium beer for him. He comes home in second, and Indy Kirkenbauer, the Ayrton Senna of the Indy Oval Series, not happy for finishing third, but he will soon to appreciate those victories, soon to appreciate those podiums, especially when he starts getting those victories as well. Join us again next week for round 6, week 6 of season 1 of 2026 of the iRacing IndyCar Oval Series. Tuesday night top split as teams and drivers head to the birthplace of Joliet Jake Blues, Chicagoland Speedway. Coverage begins around 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, that's 7:15 p.m. Eastern. Remember, as always, for the correct time in your area, you can find everything right here at YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Hey, we love bringing these races to you, but not easy. Require time and money to produce. If you share our passion for the sport of IndyCar and have enjoyed our coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, please take time to visit our GoFundMe page. The link has been updated in chat. It is pinned at the top of chat here on YouTube. The link is also in the description, and donate to our 2026 broadcast fund. We realize times are tough, so any contribution would be greatly appreciated. We thank you for watching. Make us part of your Tuesday evenings each and every week. Now, as you know, the algorithm game, that's also another one we play here on YouTube, and it's not easy. So please help P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know your thought on tonight's race. If you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you do, click subscribe, and while you're at the bell for weekly reminders so you don't miss out on more P1's other iRacing programming, including right now, it's the iRacing Indy Next Oval Series, currently underway right here in Iowa. So don't forget about that. And then later tonight is round 2 of season 20 of one of the longest running IndyCar leagues on all of iRacing, the Area 51 IndyCar Series. They've been found. They're here, and they're at Phoenix Raceway. So you'll find them and the Indy Next stream live on our channel's main page right now, or stand by and be redirected, and you'll be sent to Iowa right away to check out Jacob and the Indy Next crew as they are competing here right now. A promotional consideration paid for by the following SimRat Market, your go-to source For iRacing paint templates and broadcast resources, from clean-based liveries to pro-level design assets, Simrat Market has everything you need to build your brand on track. Visit simratmarket.com. Download customized race. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash SimCams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash SimCams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook. You can follow them on X and Instagram. Links you need are in the description. For business inquiries to learn more about P1 and what we do, like us on Facebook. You can follow us on X and Instagram. All of our socials, they're on Linktree as well, and that is in the description. So for Justin Peschauer, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, everyone here at P1, I'm Gary Gatso saying all good night, and thanks for watching. And all our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next week in Joliet for the next race of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split. Good night, everybody, and stand by from Indy Next from Iowa.